the gym truly changed my life. It built my confidence. Every other element of my life improved once I started to prioritize myself and build confidence in the gym. I think the fitness industry has changed a lot. When I first started, I was doing solely face-to-face coaching. It was very much on the gym floor, working with clients one-on-one. Now we have access to social media. Online coaching is growing, which I think is a really good thing if used correctly. And the other type is the people that relate to me because of the gym anxiety. So very first time getting into the gym properly, they've never had a coach. So they're the two people that I usually resonate with and I love coaching. I think as well, when I think back to when I started my fitness journey, it was very restrictive and not a very nice place to be in, versus now we see a waiver limit, loving the way that they look, body positivity, being able to get really strong and focusing on not being smallest versions of themselves, which I am loving, especially when younger generations have more access to social media and personal training in the industries. So I think it's going in a good direction. Yeah, so I started my own fitness journey in the time where it was a lot of challenges, bikini bodyguards, and the low-calorie diets, the HIIT kind of training. And then I also feel like there was a lot of influences online that were about things like Herbalife, things like, the quick fix type of marketing, and still a bit of fear, even though this is changing, which I'll talk about in a second, but a lot of fear around heavy weights, looking too bulky, and misinformation around that. So what I've seen in a positive light is, and I've personally seen in the gym, which I love, is more women taking up space, lifting weights, training in a unisex gym and feeling confident. And I love that. So that's the positive shift that I'm seeing. I think in terms of social media, it's great because it's giving coaches a voice, and if that voice is used for the right reason, they're able to make a positive shift and influence. I think the thing that can go wrong is giving people a voice, but them speaking in absolutes or speaking in black and white terms. This is the only way to do things, and so on. So it's like everyone has a voice now, but that has to be used in a way that's going to be do no harm, health first, and spreading the right messages. But I think that that's always going to be there, to be honest. There's always going to be people who have a approach that's probably going to be damaging. There's always going to be good coaches, there's always going to be bad coaches. And I used to kind of get carried away with it and wanting to tell people that that's not the right way or try to do something about that, but it's actually quite exhausting. So I now face that if I was to see someone that had content that was misinformation or something that I thought was just negative overall, I'd probably just unfollow them or block them, because I then think I have the power to control what's in my feed, and we all do. And I think we should take that role seriously, not just be constantly triggered by the things that other coaches are doing. So a long way around of me saying I think that it's shifting in a positive direction, but I also think there's always going to be some of that shit part of the industry. And I think that my focus is, rather than dwelling on what's wrong with the industry, what can we do to make it better? We can help support coaches to be better. We can help the messaging to be better. We can be authentic to ourselves. We can get our clients great results. So that's all I try to focus on. Otherwise, it becomes quite draining, to be honest. Yeah. I think that this is something, I know that this is something I wish I had access to when I studied my Cert 3 and 4. And I think it's so much bigger than just like the education that the girls are getting. It's the connections. It's the stepping outside of their comfort zones. It's the making new friends. It's the walking in. It gives me actual goosebumps because it's the walking in on day one and then all introducing themselves in these quiet, soft little voices to just finishing up a class where they're asking lots of questions, they're laughing with each other, they've found really close-knit friendships. And I think that that's vital in terms of actually growing your business and being successful in the coaching industry. So as much as the educational side of this retreat is phenomenal, of course, we're the educated. But of course it's phenomenal, but it's like the connection, the stepping outside your comfort zone. Yeah, there's no other thing. And I wish I had access to it when I was studying. Yeah, I honestly think that it's incredible. And whenever we do the meet and greet on day one, I say the same thing to the girls. And that is, I wish that this was something I had access to. For contrast, I was working a corporate job, studying my Cert 3 and 4 elsewhere. I didn't know about Women's Fitness Academy. And I essentially just did all of the theory and got into the fitness industry and then thought, what the fuck? How am I actually going to help people? Who am I to have a voice? There was a really big disconnect between the theory and actually feeling competent and like I could go out and make an impact to the industry. So I spent so much time and so much money for those first 2 years going to seminars, doing all of this upskilling. And I think that this retreat is essentially this amazing stepping stone that's helping you bridge the gap, because not only are you getting the theory, you're getting to make amazing connections, which I'll speak about in a second, but also just you're speaking to educators who are in the industry. You're getting firsthand experience and what it's like, how you can, build your own business and what's important to you. And I think that that is not something that I know anyone else is doing. So I think that's amazing. But the thing that I also love, again, like Kate said, other than the actual finishing your course, getting a leg up in the industry, I see all of the girls go from being really shy to becoming best mates. And it's not just in Bali. We all follow each other on social media afterwards. And I see like a year and a half down the track, all the girls are still supporting each other on social media when they're building a business, when they're launching a business. And I think that's really special, because you're not just starting in the industry by yourself. You're starting with 20, 30, 40 girls who all are at the same point as you. And I think that that is really unique. It helps you or them to feel confident in actually launching their business or posting on social media or helping other people. Yeah. You got a cheer squad of like 20, 30, 40 other girls who are literally in your comments, liking your content, backing you and believing in you. So even if you don't believe in yourself, you are kind of forced to, because you've got people going, you can do it. Like a permission slip. Sorry, I've heard you speak about this before, but is seeing other women do these things, we all have the power to do this. And sometimes if you don't have people around you telling you, actually you can post on social media, like you've got something to say, you have amazing impact to make. But when you're here, you feel that, and then that carries over to when you actually then work in the industry, which is really special. If you want it, maybe, I don't know if you have this in the documentary already, but would we recommend EduVacations to anyone that's on that's on the bet? And then we were hiring all tape. I mean, absolutely 100%. If you're feeling nervous to get into the industry, start studying your Cert 3 and 4 in fitness, or come on one of the EduVacations, feel the fear and do it anyway. Whenever, I always have this saying, whenever I feel nervous, I know that I'm on the cusp of something that's meant for me. Because the things that don't scare you are probably not something that's really meant for you. You're not dreaming big enough. So if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking, should I join the Women's Fitness Academy and do my Cert 3 and 4, or should I go on to one of these EduVacations? 100%. You'll be backed by amazing women supporting you, and you get some of the best education in the industry. That was fucking glowing. If you're on the fence about coming to an EduVacation, I think that the best thing you can do is feel the fear and do it anyway. Whenever you are in a crossroads in your life, say you're studying something new or you're changing careers, you need to put yourself in positions that cause you to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's going to be the thing that helps you to grow. And you're going to be in a safe, supported environment. You're going to be around women who are going to motivate and inspire you, and it's going to help give you a real leg up in the industry. You don't have to be, finish your Cert 4, you can be just starting out in the industry. There's a whole lot of different options that you've got, but it is an amazing opportunity, and it's really going to help you have a step in the right direction to really start working in the industry that you love, with the support that you need and all of the resources with amazing educators to help you get there. Absolutely. If you are already qualified in your Cert 3 and 4 in fitness and you're wanting to gain extra education, meet people who have walked the path that you're wanting to walk in terms of growing their business or getting more education, the EduVacations is for you. I think it's a no-brainer if you're wanting to upskill and not think about running businesses, being coaches, getting into the industry. Always being forever a student is a very, very important thing. And the only way to learn is by putting yourself in situations that you might feel a little bit uncomfortable in. So if you are already qualified, this is a space for you. If you've finished your Cert 3 and 4 and you're wondering if this is the right thing for you, I think that the EduVacations have this amazing blend of not only do you get the personal development, you're in Bali, you're on holiday, you have this amazing element of fun and the experience, but then you also have first-hand connections with people in the industry. You get all of this additional personal development that you don't have when you just finish your Cert 3 and 4, and it's really going to help you feel like, 1, you've had an amazing holiday, 2, you've made friends for life, and 3, you've learned all of these new things that are really going to help you work in the industry from people who are walking the path that you want to walk down.
Many people think that an eating disorder is just based on how you look, but they don't discriminate on weight, shape or size or race. Anyone can have it. Eating disorders have many causes, but most often we see it run in families, upbringing, from a young age. Many women, and men too, won't get help for an eating disorder because they don't actually know what it means or what it looks like. So I love what the Women's Fitness Academy is about, and just to be able to help transform these women's lives in Bali and connect with each other and network, it really is something I've never seen before, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. It's been amazing.